That's the thing for me. It's like, there's no other option. There's no other option right now. Let me find this video because Anthony Scaramucci was talking about this and how it relates to financial advisors, which is the same kind of thing. You're talking about financial experts online. But let's watch a couple minutes here because I saved this specific spot. Anthony Scaramucci talking about why financial advisors are so hesitant to bring up Bitcoin to their clients. And it's the same kind of thing that you're talking about. This is why you bookmark things.
Care of these pensioners. It could help me get to an overfunded position in these pension accounts. I don't need, by the way, I'm play acting with you.
And getting the wrong side of that momentum.
Big problem, yeah.
But we still got 6-7 months in the year to go here. Plenty of time to consolidate. And, I don't really care about short-term price movements, but I have to imagine that the setup there is still pretty good going into year end because there's still a lot of.
Okay, just quick context here, because I know it's hard to start a video halfway through, but basically what they're talking about here is why financial advisors are so reluctant to tell their clients about Bitcoin. And so they asked him a question, he came back with an answer, and then he's asking him the secondary follow-up question, but it's the part that he talks about in regards to their reputation and their not wanting to be fired. And also, big shout out to 301 First Spartan here, $20 super chat. Keep up the good work and keeping it real. Keep keeping it real. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that.
Days on the calendar before any of that window dressing happens for December 31st.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, but listen, I'm a really conservative person. Not me, by the way. I'm play acting with you. I'm a really conservative person. I'm at this very big pension fund, and I don't want to lose my job. And you know what? I can buy a bond. I could lose money in that bond. I could buy a stock as long as it's in the top 50 names, and I could lose money in that bond. No one's going to fault me. But this thing called Bitcoin, this could cost me my job. Even though it could take care of these pensioners, it could help me get to an overfunded position in these pension accounts. I don't need to take that risk because I want to be here next year on this job.
Amen.
And by the way, guys, I got fired when I put my Bitcoin on. The right thing to have done was to call your clients and say, hey, these guys are pretty good fundamentalists. They see something in Bitcoin. We should add to these positions. But they don't do that because I could get them fired.
That's it.
If you know the following syllogism, if I fire you and it keeps me from getting fired, or should I hire you and it potentially threatens me to end up getting fired, what am I doing? Hey, you guys are pretty smart people. What am I doing?
You're protecting yourself. That's human nature.
Yeah, and so that's why you're going to run to 100, make it to.
That's it. It makes so much sense. And you could see those guys as he was saying that, as he was talking about that, you could see them nodding and you could see how much they relate to it. Oh, I didn't even see here. I got my head covers here in the back. Quick sponsor here, quick mid-show sponsor, King Golf. If you're a golfer out there, you want some beautiful head covers for your driver, fairway wood, hybrid, putter, get at me. Really good stuff. All the leather is from Canada here. They're made in Manitoba. So anyways, back to what we're saying there. Doesn't that make a lot of sense to you? Because the financial advisors of the world have been in position for a lot of years. They have this thing where, you buy low, you sell high. The longer you're in the market, the better you're going to be, because it's always going to go up forever. It always has, it always will be. Why would I want to take a risk here when, if I'm managing somebody's portfolio and the markets tank because I have all of their wealth in stocks and bonds and the market tanks, that's not my fault. That's the market's fault. I'm not going to get fired for that. There's nothing that I can do. Whereas if I go into Bitcoin and put some of my clients' assets into Bitcoin and this thing ends up failing somehow, and I think that they actually believe that it can fail now, but if this thing fails now, I'm going to lose my job because I took a risk. I lost some of my clients' money, and I'm not in a position right now. I have a $2 million house. My mortgage is $7,000 a month because I've been making that much for the last 20 years. It was the exact same reason why the athletes of the world didn't stand up to the pandemic stuff. Because when and doctors too, you think about financial advisors, you think about doctors, you think about professional athletes. These people make millions of dollars and they have a very expensive lifestyle to keep up. It's not like financial advisors and lawyers and doctors, they go out and buy cash for things. They're tits up in debt for the most part. And if they were to lose that job as a financial advisor, that they've been making hundreds of thousands of dollars doing the same thing every year, if they were to lose that job just because they stuck out their neck a little bit, that's a big problem. And it was the same for professional athletes. Why would I say anything? I don't want to lose my job. I make $5 million a year. My wife's at home in our $20 million mansion. If I lose my job tomorrow and I can't pay for the mortgage on that home, what happens to me? That's how most people think. And it's sad. It's really sad. But at the same time, there's nothing that's going to change that. So I think that just being aware of that. But at the same time, I think that those people are going to have their asses handed to them eventually either way. So they're just really delaying it. They're fixing the cracks in the dam right now.